sure that everything is running good condition inside the engine room? Joshua.
Okay, briefing is done. Already back in the same uniform, and yeah, we're cruising. You can see here we're on the move. And on this trip, I have a room, so I'm gonna try stay here overnight. But it's very nice to be here now because you can hear how quiet the engines are, and that's one of the benefits of having these Volvo engines that we put in the boat. Just made it to beautiful Siquijor. We found a mooring. We're gonna tie up and enjoy the first night. Okay, very nice and calm, easy yesterday. Arriving here just before sunset, tied to the mooring line, and we actually have only 2 guests on this trip, VIPs. So they are taking the boat for 8 days, and we're gonna go around Visayas. So let's see how we build up this video, what we're gonna film. Of course, some diving. Let's see how much we can go on land and explore. I will just show you the amazing nature, environment of the Visayas. So we'll be going around Siquijor, Bohol, maybe Sumulon, somewhere in Cebu. One island that we really want to check out is Cabilao, because in Odette, when we did the relief aid to that island, we explored some dive sites. Me and Chris, we went 10 minutes down to check out the reef. So on this trip, we will be able to see how nature has regrown. All right, let's jump in the water. Good morning, boys. Time to anchor. No mooring line?
No mooring.
Alright, let's find a sandy spot.
But he's still asking
Okay. So we just moved from Siquijor to Bohol now, to island Balicasag, I think it's called. Nice diving in Siquijor always. Lots of hard coral. Now we're in Bohol. This is gonna be a big highlight, this island, and then Cabilao later on, where we want to check the coral as well. Beautiful morning, beautiful out here. Now that's what we call a good dive. Very impressed with the diving here. Some of the best I've seen in Visayas. absolutely spectacular. And actually down there where we saw the school of batfish, that's where you can see mantas and if you're very lucky, hammerheads. That was the spot before. So maybe we'll continue to dive it, but let's see. But this is as good as it gets here. Spectacular fish life, corals, turtles, groupers, jacks, barracudas, everything you want here. Absolutely amazing drift dive. And the beauty about this and being on a boat like this, like you saw in the drone, there are no diving boats. We are the only dive boat on the island diving right now. Mayong gabi. Okay, good morning from Balicasag Island, and this morning we have no motorbankas or dive boats around us, and that is one of the benefits of being on this vessel, is that we're able to go to these spots and stay there, and then we do the early diving while there's no other divers around. So it's very special to be able to do that here, especially in Balicasag, which is going to be surrounded by dive boats later on. What's the plan, Cap?
We're just doing one dive here and then boom to Cabilao to shelter bus.
Okay, only one dive.
Yeah, only one dive.
We go to shelter.
Yeah.
Already made the route.
Yeah, already made the road. Choom.
Oh, that should be good shelter there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
of course.
perfect.
Zoom out.
Nice one.
Hey, good morning everybody. What a beautiful morning here in front of Balicasag. Orientation straight out Siquijor, Cabilao, Bohol, and over there is already the strip of Cebu, and the next destination we will having is Cabilao. But I'm super happy to be here in Balicasag. Balik means balik, balik, come back, an island to come back. And I started in Alona Beach 89, and most of the dives we did here. And just in front of us we have the very famous Black Forest, and that's what we're gonna do dive today. And I was very proud, I'm giving the name as well, and also some other dive spots. So it's a little bit coming home, Balik, coming home to Balicasag.
Leaving Balicasag, and as you can see in the background, there's at least 50 boats minimum. Just crazy. But lucky and blessed that we're able to be there alone during the first dive. But now we're off to Cabilao Island. Alright, night is coming up. We're trying to find an anchor place, and you can see there we still have a massive shipwreck from Odette. Huge ship. But we should be safe here for tonight with the typhoon hitting Mindanao 12 o'clock.
tayo, nakaharap tayo sa hangin eh.
Good morning, it's the day after and the typhoon has officially hit the eastern side of Mindanao. And what we're experiencing here is typical conditions when that is happening when it's far away. Very dense clouds, not much wind actually, so we're very lucky with that, only about 5 knots right now.
Let's get wet! Let's have fun! Dive with a big smile! Right, Robert?
Perfect conditions, flat ocean, sun is shining, couldn't get better than this. Enjoy the dive!
Yay! Big prize! It's another thing we do. You and me in paradise.
1 hour later. How was the dive?
All good, all good.
Very nice.
Good visibility?
Was okay.
We saw at least one nudibranch.
Yeah! Alright, so we are on Cabilao Island now, and if you remember, this is where we had the relief aid being done here. So we had spent like a day packing everything here, organizing, and then everybody came there through the gate, very organized, and everybody on the island got their package. I'm curious to go check out the church because how damaged it was after Odette. So let's go check it out. Where's the guy that was living here?
It's removing, going to the downstairs.
So he found a new place?
Yes.
Okay. You remember this one, Chris?
Yeah, I remember this one very well. That was where the big tree was falling down here. No?
Straight on his
And
house.
there's another huge tree falling down straight to the...
Oh.
That one.
That one there also?
Oh, here, that's the one, yeah. That was the big tree who was killing the church, no?
Yeah. I remember this tree, like a few cars under it, and then it was over the church. But looks like they fixed the roof at least. I don't know.
Done, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm about to share to you now is something I've never told before, and that the reef you see here in front of us on the western side of Cabilao is a reef and a famous dive site that divers like to go, obviously, but me and Chris, we actually dove there right after we finished the relief aid before we went back to Dauin. And what shocked us when diving there is that all the coral had completely been destroyed, and there wasn't even a single piece of fragment anywhere. Even down to 20 meters, everything was pretty much gone. So now, in 2023, we decide to jump in again and see how fast, or if it's fast, how the coral grows here in the Philippines. And surprisingly, it was starting to grow. In the shallow area, you could see some seaweed and seagrass starting to grow. The fish life was still good. And shockingly, further down, you could see some big corals, table corals starting to form up. So what you're seeing here is about 2 years of growth of corals grown here in Philippine Sea. And amazingly, you can see how fast it grows here. And I don't know why that is. And maybe the water here in the Philippines is so nutritious. We are, after all, the center of marine biodiversity, or maybe the temperature, or just perfect condition that it grows fast here. So it's very heartwarming to see that even if things get destroyed underwater, at least it grows much faster than we expected. So we would say about 2 years from now, this will be back to a decently healthy reef system. And then again, the rest of the island, where it was more protected, those coral reefs were kind of sheltered, so it's not damaged as on this side. This was totally exposed. Alright, day 6 of the trip, and we're on the southern part of Cabilao Island. Last night we had quite a bit of rain, but the worst of the tropical storm is gone. we were in very safe spot, so all good. Before maybe we go see the whale sharks or Sumulan Island to round off this spectacular trip. I'm so impressed with Visayas. This is why this is like it's the center of the country, and in my opinion, by far the best diving is here in Visayas. There's everything basically. And then in Malapascua, the sharks as well. Morning from Sumbalan Island here in southern Cebu. Plan today, we're gonna go scuba dive in Oslop. Then we jump in here, of course, and stay overnight. And then we round off the trip. Anyways, let's enjoy the last day here. And then in the morning, we should arrive very early in Dauin. We gotta drop off one of the guests to the airport. And then we're packing and moving into the house. Cheers for a good trip.
It was amazing, isn't it?
We saw everything.
Everything. Either now the last dive, barracudas, jacks, white tip, black tip, big Spanish mackerels. It was an epic trip.
I
For the
think
Visayas, absolutely.
Exactly, everything was ticked on the box of the wish list, bucket list, and now ending it off with calm.
Hey, and don't forget the frog fish in Cabilao. That was a good one. I love that. The yellow one, no, it's sponge.
That was
It
nice.
was really epic. Dauin-Siquijor was epic. Pamilacan, stunning.
That was my
corals.
favorite actually, that dive in onto the ledge.
Yeah,
That was my
very nice.
favorite.
No, so diveable very, very much also the Visayas, so I love it. No
Unbelievable.
question.
Now, the sunset cruise. Good trip, Niels? Good trip?
UFO! Oh, maybe that's Finn's drone.